Hey guys, it's Prediction Hub. Bayern Munich have just won this year's Champions League for the 1920 season. Congrats to them, an amazing team. They fully deserve it. They joined Barca on that legendary list as the only two teams to ever complete the treble twice. They also had a perfect record in this year's run, 11 out of 11 wins, not even a draw, unbelievable. It's never been done before in the history of the competition. So congrats to this amazing Bayern team. I could say more and more achievements about them, but I want to talk about something else about Bayern. This is sort of a phenomenon that I found out by myself and I haven't seen anyone talk about it, so I definitely want to shed some light on this interesting record Bayern sort of had for the past 7 years. So the last time Bayern won the Champions League was 7 years ago in the 2012-13 season, and they've just won it now in 2020, so that's a 7-year gap, 7 seasons. But what if I told you in between Bayern's 2 UCL wins in 2013 and 2020, every single season Bayern have been knocked out by the eventual champions, the team that went on to win the competition? You wouldn't exactly believe me, right? Well, I'm going to show you right now because this is true, so let's just jump right into it. In the 13-14 season for the Champions League, which is where it all started, Bayern Munich got knocked out in the semifinals, 5-0 by Real Madrid on aggregate. Real Madrid went on to win the trophy by beating Atletico in the final in extra time. The next season, in the 14-15 season, Bayern Munich got knocked out again in the semifinal by Leo Messi's Barcelona, 5-3 on aggregate. Barcelona went on to face Juve in the final and won 3-1. In the 15-16 season, Bayern Munich got knocked out for the third time in a row in the semifinals and the third time in a row against Spanish opposition. Atletico de Madrid knocked them out 2-2 on away goals. Atletico went on to lose the final in penalties to Real Madrid. This is the only exception to what I said, that Bayern get knocked out by the champions every year. But hey, Atletico did get second place. It's literally the next best position other than the champions. It's also the only time this happened. I swear every other year Bayern got knocked out by the champions, so yeah. Moving on to the 16-17 season, Bayern Munich got knocked out by Real Madrid 6-3 on aggregate after extra time. Real Madrid went on to win the competition, beating Juventus 4-1 in the final. In the 17-18 season, Bayern Munich again got knocked out by Real Madrid in the semifinals 4-3 on aggregate. Real Madrid advanced to the final and beat Liverpool 3-1, securing their third Champions League in a row. And then finally in the 18-19 season, Bayern Munich faced Liverpool in the round of 16 and they lost to them 3-1 on aggregate. Liverpool went on to win the competition after beating Spurs 2-0 in the final. And that's it, I kind of just proved it. Bayern Munich have been knocked out by the champions for 6 seasons in a row. That's pretty insane, honestly. Why do I say that's insane? Well, we have to look at that, right? What does that mean? What does that show about Bayern? To me, it shows they can only be beaten by the best. That Bayern themselves are the best and they can only be beaten by the best team that year. That being proven as that team going on to win the competition from 2014 to 2019, 6 seasons in a row. That is a pretty insane stat, but that begs another question that I want to talk about. Had Bayern not gotten these opponents, or had these teams just simply not existed for that year or not been that good, would Bayern have just straight up won the Champions League that year? I mean, think about it. They did get knocked out by the best team that year, the team that eventually went on to win it. So without them, who really is there to beat? I mean, I know it's football, anything can happen, but honestly, there genuinely could have been a strong chance where we could have just seen Bayern win the Champions League for those 6 seasons in a row, from 2014 to 2019, plus the ones from 2013 to 2020, which means we could have had a scenario where Bayern could have won the Champions League 8 years in a row. Just think about that. Let that sink in. We see Bayern dominating the Bundesliga all the time, but they genuinely could have dominated the competition for Europe's best teams in the world. Dominating that. Europe's best, Europe's finest competition, just as the same winner for 8 years in a row. Think about that. That's even crazier than when Real Madrid did it 5 times in a row. Which also begs another question I want to ask. Have Bayern been the best team this decade? Like, I'm being serious. I know they only have 2 Champions Leagues to show for it in the decade while Real Madrid has like 4. But for more than half of the decade, they literally got knocked out by the team who won it. Like, what else can you do? Everyone right now is currently praising Bayern for the amazing team they've been this year, but honestly, they've been the same exact way this entire decade. Like, they've just played incredible. They just get unlucky in Europe sometimes. It's also the fact that people don't see the Bundesliga, Bayern's domestic league, as a serious top-class league, because it really is. You have really good teams there like Borussia Dortmund, RB Leipzig, that are not easy to beat, but Bayern always beats them and wins the title because they're good. They're that good that they can beat these teams on the double. So when you put it in that perspective, Bayern are just that good. And even though they only won 2 Champions Leagues this decade, I put them in second place for my team of the decade, just behind that Real Madrid team that won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. That was a great team, but yeah, Bayern second place, I feel like a lot of people wouldn't put them second place. They'd probably put them a lot lower. But yeah, I think I proved my point on why I think this Bayern team has been and is so good right now. I hope I shedded some light on that. That's all I wanted to do. Other than that, this is the end of the video now, guys. If you guys can comment, like, and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, as I talked about in this video, tell me what you guys think of this Bayern team right now and this past decade. Do you think they're good? Do you think they're one of the best teams this decade? Do you think they're just an average team? Tell me all that you think in the comments down below. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.